Hey, it's Isaiah with Symphony Landscaping here, and we're at the Cochrane project. We completed this one early to mid-June, and just wanted to take a moment to film and walk through the project and talk about the different aspects that we put in. So starting off, we have a patio that went in here with the Midnight Hexa as well as the Trofino Gray. It's what's known as a bleed pattern, so you start with the charcoal at the back and then you kind of bleed into the Trofino Gray, keeping a charcoal border along the pathway here. This entire yard was done with drip irrigation. The beds along the window here, we have Siberian dogwood as well as some bird's nest spruce. The homeowners added in some solar lights after the fact. That wasn't put in by us. Then over here we have our Siberian iris. We have a hosta that took a little bit of a beating from some hail a week or so ago. And then we have a couple really great trees for the Calgary climate. We have a spring snow crabapple. This is a hybridized crabapple variety that doesn't have fruit. It flowers in the spring, but it does not produce fruit, so it's very popular with people who want that flowering look but don't want the maintenance of having to clean up crab apples. If we go over here, we have a couple lilac shrubs in the back. Those are Miss Kim lilac, as well as the kind of crowning jewel or centerpiece of this project, and that's our Montgomery spruce. This is a 3-meter tall Montgomery spruce. These are actually a hybrid of like a globosa, which is your globe spruce. So essentially, if you have a globe spruce and you let one of the leaders grow, you'll get a Montgomery. This particular tree is about 15 to 20 years old, which is kind of remarkable for how small it is. The nice thing about Montgomerys is they cap out at about 25, 30 feet tall, which is really ideal for an urban space. And then going forward, we have some of the Collimer spruce here. These are 1.75 meter. And the kind of story with Collimer spruce is they've gotten so popular in the last 5 to 10 years that the stock is actually diminished. So North America wide, there's limited stock on these guys, and pretty much anything you get is going to be below 2 meter tall, which is kind of unfortunate, but also there's still a lot of good healthy stock. So these trees will be 10, 15 feet in no time, but for the base stock, you're going to have to stick with that 1.75 meter height. We have some birdhouses here. The homeowner did ask us to install the poles, and then they put the birdhouses in themselves. You can see a little bit of the sprouting from the bird seed, so I would recommend you guys go with a baked or a sterilized bird seed, so if it does spread on the mulch, you don't have the seed problem that we have here. Then over here we have a fireball burning bush, kind of in the corner there. It's a 5-gallon, and that's a great shrub for fall in Calgary. It's a bright kind of pinky red when it turns in the fall, right before the leaves drop. Then we have the Ohio buckeye. These are actually becoming very, very popular as well. A nice hardwood, slow-growing tree with a really kind of unique foliage. One thing to note is the fruit from these trees is toxic to pets. So if you have a dog, just be aware of cleaning up if you put one of these trees in, making sure none of that fruit is available for the dog to eat. Again, turns a nice auburn, orangey yellow in the fall. Really beautiful tree. So that's kind of the main layout. We have our sod done here with a kind of 6x8 Europave mow border around the sod. As always, we use our Manderley Less Water Turf. Shout out to Manderley. They provide a great product at a great price for a prairie hardy turf solution for Calgary and surrounding areas. And then if we go over here, we put in a it's a wrought iron style, but it's an aluminum construction fence to match what was done at the back of the property by the developer. So we installed this all the way along. It's a 4-foot tall fence. And then up here is another kind of addition. So because the homeowner is looking to do an Airbnb in their basement, they asked to have some good access for guests. So along here we have our Hexa paver patio and pathway. And then over here we actually came and did some concrete steps with wide landings. So each landing is about 4 feet. The bottom is a little bit longer here. So that makes it really easy to shovel, easy to maintain, and it's, in my opinion, a better aesthetic here. So all the way up, we've done these stairs. These are attached to the side of the house with 36-inch brackets. So even if the ground settles, the concrete's still supported. And that goes all the way up to the front here. There was an existing irrigation system, so we had to build the valve box into the pathway. Then we get up here, and we just tied into the original walkway to the house with a step up, and then we go down. And another thing to note here is the drainage. So downspout coming down, we just put a built-in kind of storm swale or drainage grate for the water to go down through the concrete and out onto the mulch on the other side. That just prevents ice buildup in the wintertime. So overall, this was a very, very exciting project. Concrete work turned out beautifully, patio and pathway turned out beautifully, and the trees are stunning. So great project. We're very happy and the clients are both very happy with the end result. Tune in next time for more videos on some of our upcoming projects.